Okay, welcome back, and time for us to show you what's making headlines in some of our newspapers this morning. So we start off with the Business Day, and their lead story this morning, SA woes slammed the brakes on GDP, and this, of course, the figures being released yesterday, showing that the economy has contracted by 0.2%, raising the risk of a technical recession. Also, SA Taxi needs debt solution to keep going. SA Taxi, of course, the market leader in financing and insuring minibus taxis, and they could be forced to wind down as they fail to reach a debt restructuring deal with lenders. So if this doesn't happen by March, then there might be some problems in the horizon. Transaction Capital, of course, warning about that. And also on that front page, state's bad record in paying businesses gets worse. The national and provincial governments have blamed internal capacity and budget constraints for late and or non-payment of invoices to service providers, amounting to more than 11 billion rand.
All right, on to the front page of the Business Day. Sorry, I beg your pardon, the Star at this point. So the Star, front page, beautiful photograph there of Malala Yousafzai. She was the speaker at the Nelson Mandela lecture, the annual lecture that takes place. And this one, of course, was a very, very big one. This was the 21st Nelson Mandela annual lecture. It was held at the Joburg Theatre in Braamfontein yesterday. And Yousafzai was not only a speaker, but she also held a panel discussion and hosted the panel discussion herself, really speaking to some of the inhumane conditions that particularly young girls and women are facing in Afghanistan, and she was shining the light on that. So it was a very, very interesting discussion that was held yesterday, and this, of course, marking the 10-year anniversary of the passing of Madiba, so it was extra special on the day. Next newspaper there, next story, not all animals are equal in the DA, claims 2 ex-leaders as they criticize the party. So this is an interesting one. The DA has been accused of having double standards when it comes to exposing corruption, with some leaders' scandals swept under the carpet while others are dealt with openly. These are the views of former DA leaders Tsepo Mhlongo and Mbali Mthuli, who accuse the party of preferential treatment, double standards and interference by its federal leader Helen Zille. In fact, the first thing I woke up to this morning was a tweet from the DA saying that they are now taking legal action against them. And then finally, hospitals seek first aid to stop attackers. So that's the one from the Star.
And right, the Citizen, and they are leading with Lesifi knew what he was saying. The Gauteng Premier blames a false promise of Eskom for giving Soweto residents electricity debts on a linguistic error. And but an expert believes he understands very well how the public would take such a statement from an intelligent deployee, and that it was a political moment of opportunism typical of the ANC, according to some expert. 2 new Bushveld arum lilies unearthed, and of course big plans afoot for Durban Port. Master plan includes some of the 154 billion rand budget to go on deepening, lengthening berths.
All right, let me quickly take you through the Sowetan, a very quick glimpse at that one. State owes business 4.7 billion rand, and that is more than 36,000 unpaid invoices piling up at government departments of the Eastern Cape. The biggest offender, owing 2.3 billion to service providers and entrepreneurs. Speak of losses and frustration at officials who send them from pillar to post. Another picture of Malala Yousafzai at the 21st Nelson Mandela annual lecture, and that pretty much sums up the front page of the Sowetan. Remember, SABCnews.com, the website, bringing you everything you need. Every moment it happens, it's updated live. You'll be able to find pictures and stories from around the country there, as well as interviews and podcasts.